wandering stars in the Crystarium, then return to Renault once more. Oh, so I need to go do... Oh. So I'm unable to continue this until I go do this, the Shape of Tragedy. I gotta go work on this quest. So, I complete any of the role quest lines available in the Wandering Stars in the Crystarium. So I need to go do this one. Cool. Let's go do this. Whew. Nice voice acting.
You're too kind, Mr. Lazy Cup. You're too kind. You sniveling scallywag. You.
Okay. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so this was a quest line. And this is... The bounty hunter seems to possess a connection to the village, though he refrains from elaborating for that on the present. For now, you are split up and question the residents of Wright in an effort to learn more about your quarry.
Let's go. I will try my best. Yeah. Hey, it's a despondent villager.
You guys see that? That was pretty cool, huh?
Here. Here. Yes.
Where did you come from? And what do you want with me? Daiko Sin, that thrice damned eater. That's the spitting image of Gulgent. Whoa. Gulgent. Right? The Daiokusin. I can't help you. All I know is that when he came, he wicked white. If you had seen the carnage, you would... I'm sorry, I can't talk about this. Who are we talking about? 360 no-scope. Hey, there's a skittish villager. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Let's try that again. Oh. Damn it. Damn! Why is this so hard? You can't go the other way, apparently. Let's do this. Let's go sideways. There we go. Whew. Whew.
Wait, what?
What do you want with me? Oh, relax, buddy. The Sin Eater. The one that came and killed everyone. Oh, gods, is he here? Then why are you talking about him? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have stayed inside. There's nothing but death out here now. Death and horror and eaters. Ah! Mushy Mo, hey! Ooh, well, learn anything worth sharing? No, not really. They're just super fucking scared. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us. There's no moving on from that. What exactly happened here? Give me the rundown, Slim. Well, I was planning to tell you the whole story eventually, but I suppose now's as good time as any. Everybody get ready and sit back. We're about to rock in the world to a flashback. Fade to dark. I was born and raised in Wright. Lacking any prospects, I eked out a living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand something more exciting, had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. Was about a year ago that she accepted a commission from the Ulmorian trader. Bloke dealt mostly in antiques, and he had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance, but supposedly it was once belonged to a royalty of some sort. The Fangs of Orthus, he called it. Me and Herd been talking about trying the proverbial knot, tying the proverbial knot, buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here, that might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had. So when the trader made his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards to pick up extra tools and materials that she needed for her work. Quality stuff. But I'd pay for it itself 10 times over. But when I got back to Wright, Di Kyosin had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door and shared the fruits of her orchard with us, the gruff woodsman who'd brought firewood to our doorstep in the dead of winter, both of them reduced to mindless fiends, just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or to think. I started looking for Melinda. And then there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met, and we knew it was going to be all right. We ran for each other, and even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there, in front of me, and the next, she was... Dio Kyosin knelt and took the fangs of Orthus, then left, leading a host of sin-eaters out of Wright. But Melinda, I still couldn't see her as anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. Well, I could never say no to her. Not once in the years we'd been together. For all the time she'd welcomed me home with a bowl of hot stew, all the time she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all of that and more, I killed her. Hey, seriously, good morning. I swore then, there, I'd have my vengeance. Dio Kyosin would die by my hand. I carved the scars on my face in a mirror, the one he left on my soul, an enduring reminder of the vow that I never dare stray from the path. There, all done. No need to wallow in it. Wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off our hunt. Still with me in the end, right, Sinner? That's the spirit. Still, I've some unfinished business here. So if you could give me a moment before we resume, I would be most grateful. Yo, good morning, Magus, and seriously. How you doing? Good day, lovely people. Well, good day, lovely to you too. Lovely. Let me go kick this air conditioner on. It's a little hot. Okay. It's a little warm. Good day, everybody. I'm certainly glad you've decided to spend a few moments with me this morning. That is absolutely incredible. I greatly appreciate it. We're working on Final Fantasy XIV. The main story. We're working on it. Let me kill this light here. There we go. Whew. Okay. Now. Let's continue. Let's keep going. Okay, Granson would like nothing more than to leave Wright behind. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Sinner. I'm sure you're eager to get back to it, as am I. Trouble is, in your absence, I failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of Dai Kaioshin. There is one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The Fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore and that the Sin Eater took with him when he left Right. Sin Eaters are mindless fiends, driven only by the base instincts. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet Dai Kaioshin took the bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique. Or the sinless bastard somehow different, or the sinless bastards somehow different from the rest of the ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the Fangs of Orthus. I just know the man to ask, the Ulmorian trader that commissioned Melinda's services. Much as I'd like to question him myself, though, I don't think that's an option. Even though Dai Kaioshin's attack a year ago is common knowledge, I doubt the trader will believe that an eater stole his precious trinket. He's more likely to accuse me of theft and have me clapped in irons. So I'm afraid you'll have to go in my stead, Ragnar. Melinda said he was a regular at the Beehive, so try looking there for him. Now we know where to go. Well, nice big fat wave to you too, buddy. Speak with the industrious trader at Yulmore. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. How is everybody's Thursday? How are things in your neck of the woods? Your neck of the woods. Hopefully tasty and cool and wet and cold, etc., etc., etc. $1,120 gil. Nice. The Beehive. Oh, this way.
Where you going?
To the Beehive. Queen Bee. Ooh. So, yeah, this is a place. This is a place. Nobody panic. This is just the normal stuff that you'll see. People dancing in their underwear. Nobody panic. What do we have? Let's see. And to what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? The Fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that, should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Voibert, that glorious kingdom that fell when the flood like so many others. He spoke true, from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in right. Alas, she was one of the several casualties of the Sin Eater attack, during which the Fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have, of course, been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did recently resurface in the Mord of Sick, I'm told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for the incentive, you may be assured that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the Fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be rewarded. Okay. Speak with Granson in the right. Whew. Gotta love that music. Got to like the music. So, what did our industrious patron have to say? He said we need to What did he say again? So he thinks it was stolen. Just as well. We'd probably not know where to head next if it wasn't for your distrusting nature. For his distrusting nature. If this piece of similar design is related to the Fangs of Orthus, then it might attract Daiokaiosin's attention, assuming it hasn't already. Let's go. So we need to go to Ring. Ring. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. Hit. Fine weather we're having today in Morgsik, isn't it? No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. You'll find no shortage of Voi Beretite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is a challenge. I say divide and conquer, as before. Question the residents of Mord Soak. I think it's Soak, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning, Chess 072013. How are you doing? So we need to question the residents of Mord. 2 of them. Okay. Well met, well met. How may I be of service to you? I'm looking for a bracelet. Oh, a choker that once belonged to Voi Bertet. Royalty, you say? If only I had such a remarkable treasure in my possession. But no, I do not. In all my years here, I have never heard of someone unearthing such a thing. Ooh, okay. Looking, there we go.
The Hume Peddler.
Yes? Do you have business with me, traveler? Ah, the Voi Bertite choker. Is that what all this fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realized how valuable it was, though he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try to find him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. They're not far. Good morning, I have the same headphones. They're not too bad. I enjoy them. They don't hurt my ears. They don't hurt my ears, which is a huge plus. Especially if you wear them a lot, that kind of stuff actually does matter. You know, especially when you got a head like mine. They're pretty good. I paid $100 for them. And or 100 I paid 100 and got the extended warranty. And I've had to replace them one time because the clip on the volume control broke, and this one actually broke too, but I just haven't replaced it yet. But I think they're really good headsets. I like my wireless Logitech headphones. You can get them super cheap on eBay. Ooh. What? Oh, sorry. What? Oh my God, this is hard. What news, friend? Ha! To think that it was that easy. You've the luck of the Fae. But we need to hurry. If my theory's correct, then so long as that scavenger has the choker, he's a target for Daiokaiosin. They fit around my glasses. That's true. Yeah, they're pretty good. Someday I may buy the wireless models just to make it easier to move around. Those are the ones that you have to charge, right? Seriously? You just charge them. How the hell do you get out of the city? There we go. Someday we'll try. Yes, but you can buy 2 pairs. What? One for each year? Oh, forehead. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. And the battery life is 6 to 8 hours. That ain't too bad. But you just plug them back up, right? Like you plug them up, they charge, you unplug, etc. That's how you work them. Hey, look, this place is called Twitch. Hey, look, everybody. I'm at Twitch. I have magnetic cables too. Ooh. That's That's incredible. You know, you look at things like that, and you know, sometimes you're like, well, why, you know, what's so cool about that? But then you start doing a lot of online stuff where you need really good headphones and you do a lot of moving, and this becomes annoying. This becomes something that, like, bothers you, right? Because it actually rubs against my beard. So having a wireless headset actually would be kind of cool. Would be kind of cool. I just have to make sure I take it off before I go to the bathroom. So mine is the G933. Well, I'm gonna Google it. Well, but when I say Google, I mean go duck, because I don't use Google search. I do not use Google search. So the Prime 933 Artemis Spectrum RGB, of course it's got to have RGB, is $81. You have two of them? Snazzy. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Duck search, yeah. I don't use Google search. If you've never used it, it's just DuckDuckGo, right? I think it's just called DuckDuckGo. Yeah, use that. I bought my original pair at Best Buy for $120. I got the second pair for $30. Nice. That's great. If you ever come across that kind of deal again, $30 for if you could find a $120 pair of headphones for $30, hit me up. Contact me. Quickly. Yo! Creative BP. How's it going, man? Mercy! Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Oh no. Please, I beg you. Damn. That's the, I think that's supposed to be a fake one. Oh, I thought it was. Wow. Hello, boss man. And Creative, very good morning to you, sir. Please. That's sad, man. That's really fucking sad. You have to kill him. Got it. Rendezvous with Granson. Where's he at? Granson is over there. He's over there. We'll just mount up and go. Yeah, but I want to ride a cool mount. Let me get on one of my cool mounts. Here we go. We'll get on the Ginga. Let's go. This is a mount built for a tank. Somebody who's big and bold and powerful. I mean, what the hell would you do if this was coming at you? Seriously. How beautiful this is. Print screen. You should look it up. I will. I'll definitely look it up. Well, I mean, if you can get a really good wireless headset that is $120, but get it for... When you say eBay, that means that it's a previously owned item, right? It's previously owned. Is that how eBay works? Which headset? She was mentioning the G933. Yeah. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off more than he could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestige of the intelligence itself. Can see it in their eyes. Like when Dai Kaioshin. Don't tell me. You saw him? Wicked White! And he took the choker too. Damn it! Damn it all! He can't keep getting away with it. He can't! He can't keep getting away with it. It's just like in Right. I was too late to save him, just like I was too late to save her. But once again, never again, I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Dai Kaioshin. Vengeance will be mine. Right, yes. Neither time nor the place. More eaters could be about. Great for coop streams. Good morning, Magni. Hey, there's my bosom buddy Magni. I saw the picture that you posted on the Discord with the cards. That's a lot of Magic the Gathering cards. It's just every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. It reminds me of her. Speak with Granson in Morgue Sick. I think it's Sook, if I remember correctly. Now we have to go tell his wife that he's dead. You can wear both headsets. Yes, you can wear 2 headsets at the same time. 1 for each ear. Why? Just to do it. Just to do it. Oh my god. TF. I got something I need to tell you. I got something that I need to tell you. I've never told anyone this before, so please brace yourself. I have a stepladder. I never knew my real ladder. Yeah, but... yeah, but it was like 2 years ago. Hey! Spirit! Spirit, have you heard that I have a stepladder? I never knew my real ladder. I mean, I've only told that joke like 3 times this morning. Yes, I feel so bad for you. Thank you. Somebody who understands. Finally. Somebody who understands. I hope you meet your real ladder sometime. Well, thank you. I was reminded of that joke yesterday when I was on a ladder. I was actually on the ladder. And I said, wait a minute, there's a joke about this. That's right! I gotta tell everybody like 20 times. So you're gonna hear it like all day long. Every time I get into a game in Overwatch, I'm gonna be like, guys, I have something that I need to admit to all of you. And they're gonna be like, what? I have a stepladder. I've never met my real ladder. I'm gonna try not to laugh. I'll try not to laugh. Whew. Anyone else for the bowl of enders? Oh. You had me at enders. You had me at enders. Sounds like VR chat joke. I've considered, you know, there is actually a VR chat where you do the jokes. How fucking fun would that be? How incredibly fun would that be? That would be, I'm going to do the VR chat joke thing where you stand up there and you tell all the jokes. That would be funny. Be great. So much fun. Hi. Howdy. Nice to meet you all. We'll just finish it, really. Yeah. Yeah. Shouldn't be an issue, I'm sure. We just have to burn the nail, I think. I don't really know. I'm gonna help them do this, I'm gonna help them do this thing.
Hey, bowl of enders.
Level 20. Oh. We're going to do this. We're going to do this there's that you can actually do things in this game that are like for level 20, for level 20s, but you can be whatever level. This is, by the way, this is the leader of my free company, Towering Falcon. Towering Falcon. She's awesome. She's really cool. She's really cool. Yeah. She always wears this kind of stuff. I'm showing my chat your glamour. TF. Yeah. It's really cool. She always wears this. She's actually a woman in real life, too. And she's the leader of the free company. She's pretty cool. But don't you ever cross her. Don't ever cross her. She's really interesting because she doesn't, wait. I don't want to get slammed on for watching cutscenes. Nah. So in Final Fantasy XIV, they call what we would refer to as a guild, they refer to it as a free company. So a free company is a guild. So it's like your clan, your guild. I want more MTG cards. I'll send you more. I'm sending you more MTG cards through the power of thought. Don't you always? Oh, Magnet. Yeah. We got this. Don't worry about it. Excuse me. He's a hard mistress, but we'll get him cooled down. That is for sure. Knoweth not what we bringeth to squelch. It's not queef. No, to squelch. To squelch his rage. His rage. It's squelch. S-Q-U-L-C-H. Woo! Squeeze. Squeezy. No.
We're gonna
him up. That's what's about to happen. We about to him up now.
Get ready. Tonight on pay-per-view.
Tonight on pay-per-view, we rock and roll out like the Autobots. Learn more at awesomesauce.com. Okay, English but sucks-a-reno. Don't worry about it. This dude is still watching a cutscene. He's still watching a cutscene. So this is something that's really cool is... So this guy is level 22, and he's never done this before. So we're helping him do it. So this is part of the main story. So you're able to come along and help your friends. That was it. Sorry, I blinked. It was level 20. It was only level 20. Oh my god. I will give my life for you. Look how cute this thing is. Look how incredibly cute this is. That should not be allowed in this game. It's too cute. It is a male, though, which is... Thanks for joining, guys. Thank you for making the offer to bring me along. Since I'm no longer allowed in the house. So like a year ago, there was this so inside of our house, there's a room full of cake, and I went up there and ate like 2 whole cakes just to kind of like mess around. And then somebody said, "Who ate all the cakes?" And I'm like, well, I ate the cakes. And they're like, well, why, like you ate the cakes? And I'm like, yeah, I ate the cakes. But they said but per cake, there's like 24 slices. And I'm like, I know. You have a room for just cake? Yeah, I'll show it to you. Let me do this and I'll show it to you. So in Final Fantasy XIV, you can actually buy plots of land and build a house and make it the way you want to look at it. We have failed. Now we got to go from being silly and goofy back to like this seriousness. Got to focus. We may have failed to stop him this time, but what matters is that we both live to see another day. Pity the scavenger didn't, and the wife doesn't yet know she's become a widow. Sod it. I'll tell her what happened. I've been there. So maybe it'll help to find the right words. Not that there's ever are any. Afterwards, I'll have a good think about our next step. Don't let me keep you from other affairs, Ragnar. We'll speak again soon. Hey! Cool. By the way, all joking aside, it was nice meeting you, guys, gals, and if you ever need anything else, please don't hesitate. Hesitate to ask. Oh, okay, so I'll show you. Where am I at right now? I'm currently at Morgue Sick. So let me go take you to our house. This is our house. I'll show you the house. You have a room for... Yeah, I've already asked them here. The lavender beds, the black shroud. I brought you guys for a second chance points. Don't know if anyone does wondrous tales. By the way, I'm gonna show my chat the room full of cakes. They don't believe me. Okay. So this is the plot of land, and this is the house. It's pretty big. It's fairly large. It's fairly large. So, in Final Fantasy XIV, food actually gives you buffs. And one of the buffs that all food gives you is an XP bonus of 3%. So it's a good idea to, if you're leveling, to always have that buff on you. And this is the room right here. Well, somebody's already eaten 2 of the cakes. Oh, it's 10 slices each. 10 slices each. There you go. So you could come up here. I think you can actually just walk in. You don't even have to be part of the free company. You could literally just walk inside. Eat all of them. They are telling me to eat all the cakes, but I refuse. Just let it be known, I do have willpower. Eat 2? I'll eat another slice, but I'm not going to eat all the cake. I mean, I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to do that. Before we leave, we better mend our gear. 99%? That's too close. That's too close to being in the red. Okay, now we got to go back. Does the cake give yes. So all the food gives you something. All of them gives you some buff, like percentage-wise. And of course, you know, the food. Are guilds shared through servers? No. No, unfortunately not. No. Yeah, no. That's the one thing about it is no, I know what you're asking. But they did recently make it where as long as you're on the same what is it called? As long as you're on the same quote region. Right, but you're on multiple servers. You can all join each other. Like my brother who plays, he couldn't join. You can't join Balmung, but I can go to his server and we can like play together. Though we've never done that. Anyway, let me get out of this group. Leave. One of the things that I absolutely last night, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to admit that last night I logged in and I did a couple of some Heaven on High runs, and I walked along the beach and I turned my UI off. What the fuck was that? Oh, she's cleaning the stable. This is here she is. Here she is. This is her other outfit. And she's doing the garden. But you never see her face. Oh. Excuse me. They wanted to see your face. They are super... They think it's ADORAB. I can spell. Adorable. They are super what? Well, I was going to say super happy, super, you know, whatever. It's a wind-up Nanomo. What's really interesting about TF is that she doesn't stay up to date on all the content. So, like, she plays the game all the time, but she also plays Overwatch. She actually plays Overwatch, but she plays it on console because she's on PlayStation 4. But she doesn't stay up to date in the game, so she's always behind because she does crafting and she collects things, but she's always behind on things that, like, the main story is funny. She's a lot like me in that regard. I'm never up to date, and I'm always, like, going back and doing stuff. What? I'm not talking about you. She loves jokes. So the joke that I Uh-oh. Oh, I thought she deranked me. No, she didn't. Okay. What were we doing? What was I doing before? Oh, that thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there it is. Do you have a guild in Final Fantasy XIV? Right. You should definitely join. Hey, one of the things that makes Final Fantasy XIV so much fun is, yeah, that kind of stuff. Joining free companies. Tell them that Magni really enjoys role-playing, and that if anybody wants to role-play their way through a dungeon, which basically means you're going to RP walk around throughout the entire dungeon for like an hour, he's completely down to do that. He's completely down to do that. You haven't lived until you've RP'd your way through a dungeon, which normally takes you 15 minutes and ends up taking you close to an hour, because you run by a blood splatter on the ground, and you gotta walk up to the blood splatter and do this. You gotta walk up and go kneel. And then you gotta look at the blood splatter and go, oh my, there seems to have been a murder here. And then everybody walks over and sits next to it and goes, you're right, this blood is still damp. We must continue on our path. You've never had so much fun as when you do that. Whoa, okay, let's do this. Granson has had his fill of Mord. Trust me, boss, I did this. Right. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of the scavenger while we were away. She took about as well as you'd expect. After she'd cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker and where her husband had got it. Seems he and his mates took a trip to Il Meg a year or so ago, hoping to cart off all the Voy Bertet treasure they could carry from an untouched ruin they'd learned about. Of course, in their greed, they neglected to account for the Fey folk, who killed or drove mad most of them. Those who survived didn't come away empty-handed, though, In fact, they stumbled upon a remarkable find: 3 sacred treasures of the royal family. They escaped with 2, the Fangs of Orthus being one of them, which was sold by another scavenger to Ulmorian. Either that or a merchant you met at the Beehive or an agent of his, I'd wager. So the merchant gives it to Melinda for restoration, after which Dai Kyosin attacks Right, presumably cause he's after it as well. Yo, GB! How you doing, man? Good morning. Meanwhile, the scavenger here in Mord keeps the choker, his eyes, the eyes of Orthus, locked away for safekeeping, and when he finally decides to sell it, the sinless bastard shows up again. Which brings us to the here and now. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Dio Kyosin's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hadn't already claimed the third one, the Claws of Orthus, then I say we should get our hands on it first, and use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the fairy kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not likely to be treated any better. I've traveled to Ilmeg before. I have traveled there before. Have you now? And the little devils let you go. I can only assume they taken a liking to you. That settles it then. We'll head to Ilmeg and ask after the Void Bertet ring. I'm going to be playing some Minecraft with a friend, so I'll be lurking. Okay, Magni. You two make sure to drag Boss by the stream for marbles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, rendezvous with Granson at Ilmeg. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. By the way, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming by and hanging out with me this morning. It is currently 9:14 a.m. on a Thursday. I have a glass of water. Don't look at the pig on the cup. That's neither here nor there. I'm using a straw. That way I don't get El water on El Mustachio, so I don't have to dry it or I don't blow water all over when I go like that. By the way, did you see the video on Livestream Fells with the mother breastfeeding the baby and everybody's making a big thing about it? I mean, come on. And no, I just didn't suck on a straw and think about suckling on a breast. I didn't just do that. It may seem like I just did that, but that's not what I did. Oh, nice! And SWTOR is down for maintenance, so I'll be on Overwatch whenever you switch, boss. Okie dokie. I'm working on it.
We are working on it. Don't tempt me, Frodo.
What a remarkable, uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. Though that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, you're going to have to deal with them eventually, and if you're going to find this ring, after all, the new Mao were part of the Void Bertet Society. And without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to. Yeah, there's Ply Inni. Ply Inni, huh? Very well. Lead on, sinner. Okay. So, what they did in Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers is you have your main story, and traditionally you had quests that were part of your job. So in Shadowbringers, what they did is they have these separate quests that are not for your specific job, but for your role. So tanks, healers, DPS, etc., they all have their own side story that you have to navigate outside of the main story. So now I've reached a point with the main story that I've got to go back and do these quests. I could have been doing them before, but sometimes it's easier just to get the level cap and then go back and do them. Just walk around. I don't want to walk on these rocks. These might be important rocks. Oh, that's not the right one. It's over here. Yeah, here we go. I went to the wrong place. Never mind. I went to the wrong one. I was so friggin' productive before my nap. Nice. You were being productive before your nap. Steak and eggs, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. Good morning, Mr. Eddie Brock. I saw your message about about you had a 14-hour shift. On SWTOR, you have story quests for your class, ad for the planet. Some planets can seem like they drag on. Yeah, rough day yesterday, yeah. Let's see if we can make this jump.
Yay! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me that ether current. Nice. Yum, 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 yum.
New sword? Yeah. Actually, it is. I had to glamour my chest piece because the other one was looking a little ridiculous. Like, how are you liking Sigma? I think Sigma's fine. I think one of the biggest issues that I have with Sigma is, you might be asking each other. I don't know. I think one of the hardest parts of Sigma is just the keeping track of all its cooldowns. Wait a minute, where is this person? Question the residents of Ply May 2. He's yeah. Because you have to keep track of his shift. You have to keep track of his shield. Right. I think you'll like him, GB. Oh, hello there. You have any questions for me? The Claws of Orthus. It is a ring, you say. The name I have heard before, but I know nothing save that. Oh, Soul Owl served the royal family before the flood. Somewhat temperamental they are, but surely they have knowledge of this treasure you seek. His rock is pretty cool, but it doesn't seem to stun more than a split second. I don't know the exact percentage number. I know that it goes a lot further than what you would expect it to go. Something about your demeanor bespeaks a question unmasked. Have I the right of it? A ring that belonged to the royal family of Voidbert, and it was called the Claws of Orthus. But Voidbert is long gone, as are the caretakers of the ring you seek. You can say, who can say where it might have got to? See why they've got the title of this quest, The Princess and Her Knight. I think that's kind of a telling quest line. Had yourself a conversation or three. Learn anything interesting? So, Sol Ul is the one we ought to speak with, a former servant of the royal family, which would mean they lived well over a century. Bugger me. Whew. Yeah. I think he's definitely got a lot to provide. Something that did happen to me yesterday when we were trying the bunker comp. The Sigma ran up to me, and when I started shooting him, he immediately turned on and hit his shift button, which probably gave him a 400 plus shield. So maybe a counter to bunker is a Sigma. I don't know. Maybe you can absorb a Bastion's incoming damage, then use your left click to kill him. I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. We're seeing a flashback, everybody. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl, not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast, like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me, you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. This is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would employ you and your fellow knights to dispatch any and who turn or show signs without hesitation. My absorb didn't seem to work on the Sigma. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would be place countless others at risk. As a knight of Voibert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety for the royal family is paramount. I fear that it may take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death unto this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. I will not let it be whispered that the Princess Soldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Voiberte's soul, mine most of all. And that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me, while I alone take shelter and look down from them from on high. Yes, exactly. You are the princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit. A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady? You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together, we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Salvuda, I understand. Forgive me for my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There is no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come, come! Now, Lady Salvuda? Lady Salvuda! Ever the stubborn child, I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it, and more. Hey, are you all right? The way you were holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? Lady Salvuda, you saw her with your mind's eye. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. What do you mean he's Lake Brandon? Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? I see. And for this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg, in search of the claws of Orthus. I'm afraid this is simply no simple task. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. There is a spot in the river not far from here, in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, they should pose you no challenge whatsoever. As for you, I have questions. Okay, stand watch for wild beast. Okay. Let's go ahead and teleport. We'll go ahead and knock this one out. Easy peasy, L lemon, L squeezy. Whoo! You sense a hostile presence. Oh, that was it. Excuse me. That was it. Part of me wants to run back. Slowly, listen to the music. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Don't mind the bear. Don't mind the bear.
Don't mind the bear.
The beasts are no more then. Good, good. I hadn't the heart to do it myself, for they were no ordinary beast, but old friends who had survived the flood, victims of the curse you heard us speak of in your vision. So this curse transforms people into monsters, like how sin eaters can spawn more of their own. I will speak no more of this or other matters until after you have completed the task I set before you. This is not negotiable, Granson. Ragnar accepted my terms, and so must you. So secretive, the both of you. Can't we all just speak plain? Your comrade refuses to acknowledge the situation. This may take some time, but I am patient indeed. I have dealt with many stubborn children in my life. Sul Ol seems rather more pleased to entertain you than Granson. Great work, great timing, Ragnar. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that Granson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request, my arse. This one's no better than Ulmorian aristocrats, so accustomed to making others do their bidding, I tell you. There's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. You continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding you. Perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Ragnar said he saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends. Do you know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Daikaiosen, yeah. But unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old Voibert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? What an irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty, a knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of a day that I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly you have suffered a terrible loss. But while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Daikaiosen is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword, and now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I got now. No, every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. And it has to be. It has to be. So just tell me where the God's damn ring is, and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, huh? You are. You, who you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much. And in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to barter with me, you little shit? Tell me what I want to know, or I'll beat it out of you. Whoa, relax there, buddy. Back off, Ragnar. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story, if you would be so kind as to join me in Le Giha. This had better have a point. I love this tea, says Spirit 101. What kind of tea, says Death. Okay, let's go down here. Earl Grey. Computer, Earl Grey, hot. You know that Earl Grey is the beverage of choice for Captain Picard of the Star Trek Next Generation. Thought I'd just throw that out there. Here. Don't mind me and my bear. We're gonna do fine. This is, by the way, if you ever want to know how you ride a bear mount, this is how you do it. Just like this. Duty calls. Commence the battle for the Hardened Heart. If you are above the maximum allowed level, you will be synced as follows to level 78. Yes, I'm riding bareback. Absolutely. "'Tis beautiful, even now, a palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Le Giha, in the time of Voibert, it was Grunes Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight, who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside the walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter, he quit Voibert. I thought I would never see him again. But then one day he returned, one of several wandering adventures, led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time, it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tydrick. He was the one doing the original investigation. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. It was you, Taldrick! Do not deny it! Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me before claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Lord Taldrick, it hurts! Soon, you shall all know no more pain. I was going to make it quick, for old time's sake, but now, I think I ought to take my time. Relieve Brandon and Albert's battle against Taldric. Relive Brandon and Albert's battle. Okay, so we have Swashbuckler combo. One button that does everything. One button that execute the following weapon skills in succession. Fight or flight. I need to put you over here. Oh, can I move it? I can't move it. Okay, shoot. So this is increased physical damage. Targets, this is my heal, and this is my interrupt the user's actions. Okay. So let's kill the ads. Let's go. One button does everything. Nope. I did not mean to press that. Bring them closer. Whoa. Such an incredible display of strength. The stuff of legends. I do have an interrupt, so I should be able to, if he does cast anything. Can I interrupt this? Nope. Come, children, and death shall you meaningless live to gain glorious purpose. Brandon, don't let him cast that spell. What was he casting? Oh, this one. You are more tenacious, but everyone has their limits. Rise, my children, rise and defend me. I'm not sure which one I should be attacking. Now is your chance to turn the tide. I've still got a few more arrows in my quiver. Bring it to the center just like before. Tadric, you're next. Time is thin to herd, starting with a dwarf perhaps. Don't you touch her, you bastard! We have to defend limit at all costs. I have to stand in the middle of this to block it. Oh, damn. I think you have to stand. I needed to stand in front of it. I got there a little too late. You have to stand on the pathway so it hits you. Little mistake. Little mistake. We'll get it. Hey! How you doing, Rocket? Basically, you just have to survive until you end up using your AoE to finish them off. I'm pretty good. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. Doing decently well. We're working our way through the main story of Final Fantasy XIV. All we gotta do is keep these monsters under control until our DPS can limit break and kill them. Like this. Bring them all here. There is no escape, Taldric. Surrender. While I still have so many lives at my disposal, I think not. This is the one that we have to make sure that he does not cast the spell. We gotta go stand over here. There we go. Brandon, don't let him cast that. You are most tenacious, but everyone has their limits. Trying to focus, so if I miss something, I apologize. Trying to focus. A little longer. It's a little longer. So they're about to do the large AoE. This is where I was at before. Gotta bring everybody in the middle. Okay. Time to thin the herd, starting with the dwarf. Don't touch her, you bastard. So he's going to transfer one of these people, and I have to stand in front of the line, so it charges me and not the dwarf. Just like that. I'm tired of these theatrics. Let us end this farce here and now. This castle will be your tomb. He's channeling the vast quality of Aether. Whatever he's pairing, we have to stop it. I don't know if that's actually what I need to come finish this off. Here. Don't ask for mercy, Taldric. You won't get any. %. Does that actually interrupt his casting? Sacrificial Quake 3, 22%. This is a DPS burn at this point. DPS burn. Got it. Only took me 2 times. Only took me 2 times. Meddlesome wretch. This kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Taldric, you! But why? After serving us faithfully for so many years. I am no servant. No servant! No, not of your mother or father or you. My lady! Gods damn you! Strike him down. Kill him. Finish him off. Lady Saldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon. Am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. That is well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Voibert and her people. No, no, no! I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. Okay. To your friend, who never doubted you, who knew that you would return, and see justice, justice. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. We've rounded up the rest of Taldrick's conspirators and tossed them in the goal. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Hey, Birdbrain, how you doing, man? So, boss, how come you live in the South, but you don't have a Southern draw? I do have one, and I could turn it on. I could turn it on at any moment. You doing good? Yeah, I really just wanted to, get that scene done. I have one, and I could turn it on. I really could. No. It has to come naturally. Naturally. Well, you saw what happened. It comes through once in a while. Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Plain. What you up to today, Bird? I assume I guess it's kind of early for you, maybe. You're probably just getting up. Just getting the day started. Let's see. Let's see. Getting ready for work. Okay. We'll be getting on to Overwatch a little later. And, working on the probably live and then PTR. Kind of back and forth today. Do you know why I entered into the royal family service many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Saldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid. For there is not in this world which holds greater value than life itself. Not even her death absolves me of that. And so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, what she would want for me and her kingdom, for Brandon, and yes, even for you, Granson. For me, to define oneself in opposition to the other, an other berfit of complexity of nuance, wholly devoid of redeeming qualities, a villain indeed, there is comfort and certainty in hatred. But it is a false and fleeting comfort, bought with the lies we tell ourselves about who we are and what we must be, what we must do, and never you mind the cost, if anything. The more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see, Brandon? Do you not see? Brandon was right to hesitate, no doubt. The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Ragnar. Whew. That's right them in them feels, right them in the feelings, emotions, stuff like that. Sul Ol is eager to hear what Granson has to say. Granson, I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda. How to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on Dai Kaioshin, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I would have to think about I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate. Forget who I was, and the irony of ironies. That's just what the poor bastard tried to do with himself a century ago, too, isn't it? Hard men, making hard choices. What rot. Hold on to Melinda and the memories you shared. Let that love guide you. Think not of Dai Kaioshin, but Brandon. Grant him peace, and you will find your own. Maybe. Still. That thing is no more than a mindless eater. Nothing it can say or do to make it right. So, I'll finish the hunt for Melinda and for Brandon, and then I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off of hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Ragnar would agree, and Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead. Apologies for treating you with such disrespect, Sol Yule. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the Claw of Orpheus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Saldia was the last of her line, and after her death, they're restored in the sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of his existence. The ones who stole the fangs and the eyes of Orpheus. Yes, the relics were concealed with magic wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Dai Kaioshin was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave of duty, you said. You think he pursued the thieves out of instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so as long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of the 3 were taken. Then the 3rd is still... Claim the claws of Orpheus, and we will surely come for you. Yes. Tim Guys is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Sol Yule. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. Okay. Whew. And may you find peace as well, child. Finding peace. Finding peace. Oh, where are we? Where are you? Use the mushroom powder to reveal the hidden coffer. Okay. Well, we need a little better, more elegant mount. There we go. Need a more elegant. Elegant. Nope, there we go. Mushroom powder. Duty calls. Level sync is in effect. You are above the maximum level allowed. You will be synced to fall. Okay, level 80. Let's go. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles into the earth as twinkling motes of light, a coffer begins to take shape. There we go. This must be the claws of Orpheus. And all that is left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. I'm surprised he just doesn't show up right here. Or we could just deal with it right here and now. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, and you don't know me. But I know your history. I know this isn't you. And I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon. I promise. Let's see if I can one-shot it. Make no mistakes and just one-shot it all the way. Not sure what that's going to do. Oh. Hardly fair. Hold on, Sinner. We have to stack on this. This is surprisingly complicated. Still with me? I've got to go through my my normal combo is what gives me my HP and my mana back. Okay, now there's 3 of them. Now where's he going? Oh, he knew exactly where to stand. Something doesn't smell right. Stand back. Is he... Oof. Oh, wow. Yeah. So I thought we need to stand on every one of those pillars. Do you think you'd be able to fist fight a wild dog and win? Yes. Yes, I do. I do think I could do that. If I had to. If I had to. Absolutely. So the item level, it's saying the minimum, or it would hold you at 420. I hope I'm not under geared for this. I might be. Oh no. It's all mechanical. It's all a mechanical fight. What a... Ooh, a bobcat? Yeah, bobcat. Yeah. I can do a bobcat. No doubt. The cat died. It must have been my curiosity to know your answer. I would say yeah. I mean, bobcats are not very... I mean, they're mean. They're mean animals. Oh, look, they're big. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so then it's the next part that I don't know what to do. Seraph Blade. This is the part that I didn't know what to do earlier. So he's going to go there, and I need to stand on this. Wait, did that do damage to me? That, yeah. Now those are going to explode, right? Oh, just don't stand in front of it is what you got to do. Just don't stand in front. Same thing again, no problem. Gotta stand on this. I'm counting on you, Sinner. I'm standing on it, man. I'm standing on it. Now he's going to double up on the things. %36%. So as long as he doesn't do anything I haven't seen before, everything should be okay. Don't stand in front of that. 30%. Okay, or you could just stand in front of it, whatever. Okay, so we got to stand on this immediately. Goes away. Stand here. As soon as this goes away, stand on top of this. Stand there for a second and walk forward. He's going to do a big attack. Go in. Don't stand in front of that. Okay, I don't know how to help you, buddy. Don't die. %. Stand here. I might have just fucked that up. %. Don't stand in front of that. Don't stand in front of that. Come on, man. Don't stand there and get hit by that, please. Please, 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 brother. Don't stand in front of that. Here we go. Whew. Got it. He can be at peace now. Damn eater. Let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Finally. You watching, Melinda? Melinda? Now, and ever after, my lady Saldia, my sword is yours, to command. Brandon, he's still in there. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would have wanted. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine? No. I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my lady Saldia. He's gone. And with that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for Princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Sul Ol will have some ideas. Let's head back to Playin. Oh, man. Yeah. That is an awesome looking mount. All we got to do, let's see, right up here. Speak with Sol Un. Right here, let's go. For some stupid reason, my laptop isn't producing any sound. Oh, man. There was somebody else in here earlier who was having problems with their PC. They just, I don't know what was wrong, but copying the files and going to full system restart. We'll get it working out, Mr. Burning. We'll get it working. We'll get it figured out. One way or the other. We've got to get you back in your boss room. Is it done? Brandon has been laid to rest? You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, Granson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? Aye, I suppose so. Though, to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was, and accepted that truth into your heart, the battle was but an afterthought. Easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross blades with a bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The 3 relics of the Voidbird. Then Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now, it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Salida and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forever, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that this is settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sul Ol. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him. Few can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy. Oh my God. I think that one has a bright life ahead of him. Few can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you. Of no few occasions, I'm sure. It has been a pleasure, Ragnar. Do visit me should you ever yearn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Speak with Granson at the Crystarium. Wonderful story. Breathtaking, amazing job all the way around from the Square Enix team. Wonderful storytelling. And like I said earlier, this is part of the main story, but it's like a side main story that you have to accomplish before you can actually continue on. He is located. The fastest way to get, actually, it might just be to run there. Yeah. Or is it? Maybe so. We'll see. MacBook Air is the best gaming laptop. Bold words. I will never in my life buy an Apple product. Let it be known now that Burning Typhoon will never own an Apple product. Granson! Well met, Sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Dai Koyo Sin and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Glenard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one. Aye. He took one look at me, one eye got back, and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I've yet to thank you properly, Ragnar. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So what's next for you, sinner? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here, or in the right, or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most, and there's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hells, isn't that what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing at the end? So, let's call it a goodbye. Let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. Where's ever you go, may you find shade, sinner. To have loved and lost. Oh, you get all three. That's nice. What a great questing. Speaker of the righteous. Okay, now we can return here and take care of this one. Absolutely incredible. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all coming by, hanging out while we work on the main story questing. It's always fun to have an audience, a really great audience.